Gotta keep that body rubber side down.
How's it going, guys and girls? Look what I found. I found a Ducati. I can't beat him. But I might be able to play with him. He's only got about 100 horsepower more than me. And tyres that grip. I love him. Concentrating, can't talk. Wheel spins. He will get away from me, no doubt about it. Even though he's not really trying. His bike's far better suited for twisties than this thing is. But if I catch up with him and he sees me, he'll be like, oh no, you held me for too long. So many bumps. God. Turns. Yeah, I don't really want to be pushing this much harder than that. Not even on track. It just doesn't have the tyres for it. Nice. Right. Enough silliness. Well, not enough silliness. There's never enough of silliness. We always need more silliness. But enough with that shenanigans. I'm sorry I haven't got my stereo camera jobby. That might have been quite nice there. And the sounds and the stuff that provided would have been amazing, because that did sound blooming marvellous on my last video, even if I do say so myself. So I believe that is a setup I'm going to try and go with normally. I might look into putting some kind of stereo microphone setup on the bike so that I can emulate that again, but not necessarily have to have the second camera. I don't have a problem with having the second camera, but that one did have a little bit of wind noise, and I think maybe if I did a proper stereo setup, I could get the microphones in lovely little places to give me nice audio on my engine, and maybe even on the traffic around me. I don't know. If I can get rid of all the wind noise, that would be brilliant. Bikers, even if they're on scooters. So yeah, I've just come out on the bike to clear my head, and it's working. That Ducati was a good head clearer. Nice house. I thought I'd pop in a different direction, just because I'm pretty sure you're all friggin' sick of my same little direction I head off to Box Hill every blooming time. You've got to make the most of the sunshine. And this bike is so much fun in the sunshine. And utter garbo when it's wet. I mean, as soon as we get to autumn and the roads start getting wet and stuff, then this will effectively be relegated to the garage as a ornament, except for the very nice days, just because I don't see the point in trashing all the money I've spent on it, riding it, when it's going to ruin it, cover everything in corrosion and shit like that. I will ride it throughout the winter. I don't have any problems with doing that, but I will pick my days. I've been watching more and more of the Dork In The Road's channel, and watching him and his mate learn how to do the off-roady stuff, and I am so jealous, absolutely so jealous. I don't know whether people have been sending him hate comments or stuff like that. He's learning how to do it. I mean, I remember when I first got on a dirt bike, I was useless, and I still am useless. I mean, like, to the day my motorbike got stolen, I was useless. I was no better than he is now, and every single time I went out on the bike, whether I got covered in mud, whether I fell off a million times, whether anything, and just every single time I had so much fun. So I really pretty viaduct that. Yep, cool, nice, there you go, you've seen stuff. Yeah, it's so much fun, and I really hope that no one is slating him just because you've got a little bit more experience of doing something. It doesn't give you the right to piss on someone else's fireworks, you know. I mean, like, they're going out, they're learning, so I'm getting this in now because I am thinking about maybe getting myself something to get dirty on. It's really difficult because we're kind of in between green lane areas here in the UK. There's only a couple local to me, and I don't have a van, so any bike I buy has got to be usable on the road. Else I'll not be able to get to anything that I can ride on and have fun on. And because I'm stumpy, I'm kind of like looking at what the options are for the shorter person. And yeah, there's not really a lot out there. I've sort of discovered the Beta ALP or ALP 4.0. They do a 200cc version, which is effectively a little 200cc trials bike, which has got a seat on it, and you can unbolt the seats and have this nimble little thing for buzzing around trials and climbing rocks and stuff, and then put the seat back on and ride it on the road semi-comfortably. I don't know what's down there. I might try that one day. But that's the 200cc thing, and then the road riding manners of that, they might be fine, but I think it's going to be slightly lacking for getting to anywhere where I can enjoy it. But they do the 4.0, which has got the Suzuki DR350 engine in it, and apparently it will cruise comfortably 65 miles an hour on standard gearing, and it'll even zoom up to 80, I think, as well, 85 on a good day. So you can actually effectively use it on the road. It's going to be an absolute buzz box at those speeds, but it does mean that you can travel between places. But second hand, they don't seem to come up very often. I have found one, but all the reviews I've seen on it have said that it's got kind of quality issues, like the electrics and stuff are naff and what have you. But I don't really want to buy a new bike because this is just a stupid thing that I can just throw my leg over every now and again. The advantage of it is that it has got a very low seat height and reasonable road manners. So yeah, but for a bike that's going to get covered in mud and wet and shit like that, I don't want something that's got dodgy electrics that I'm going to have to rip apart as soon as I get it to try and improve. Which leaves me with a dilemma, because I don't want to get something that looks incredibly desirable, because having had a motorcycle stolen, I don't want scumbags coming around and trying to steal the bugger. So I'm definitely not going to be looking at any KTMs. So yeah, dilemmas. I'd really love to get back into pissing around on the dirt, just casually, nothing like seriously, just to go out and enjoy myself, have a little bit of fun, do a couple of green lanes. But I am so paranoid that someone will try and spoil my fun. It's very off-putting. Yeah, I needed to get outside. I was irritable from not getting a hugely great sleep after a weekend of nights, and the sun was shining, so bike time was called. Let's go this way. Pops and bangs. So I've got my track day coming up very, very soon, on Friday in fact, and whether I end up taking part in it or not, I'm so looking forward to catching up with my mate Matt and Gemma and Jace and anyone else that is going. I don't know who else is going, or even if I know anyone else that's going, but that would be quite cool. Definitely looking forward to catching up with Matt. I think we're going to go out and have a meal on the Thursday, and then going to sit in a hot tub and drink some beers. My mate Matt, he's going to be on his little KTM 390 Duke, which I believe is actually his first time ever on track, so that's going to be cool. I'm going to lend him a camera and steal that footage so that you can see what a person's first go on a track day is like, and how well the little Duke does. Be awesome to see him. And Alex, his missus. And I don't think I've ever done a hot tub before. Ah, this is lovely. Mooching along the country lanes, just following the road. That's what we got here. Is this where that... this isn't where that lake... The lake was back where I was, isn't it? Yeah. Ardennais Reservoir. Ah, it's nice and cool through the shade here. There's water. Oh, this is Ardennais Reservoir. Cool. Nice. Yeah. Sorry, you can't see it. It's a bit overgrown around here. And this is pretty technical. Another fishing lake here. Oh, this is cool. Glad I came down this route now. Well, it's not a fast route by any means, but it's fun, making me think about what I'm putting the bike. Ugh, man, bumps. Feel like a blooming motocrosser. So on motovlog.com, I noticed people sort of talking about their game plans for motovlogs and stuff like that, and they talk about planning this story or that story and having a discussion, but it's not a discussion, it's just a one-way thing, which is what anyone is doing with a camera and a microphone, because you're not here. You are not here, I am here. I don't do that. I mean, like, yes, I might talk about something that pops up into my head, but it's yeah, when I'm doing this just to have a conversation with you, talk about what's going on in my head. We're hanging out on the bikes, man, having a giggle. Sometimes I'm a bit boring, sometimes I'm a bit stupid, etc. like every person is. It's just frivolous chatting, and I kind of quite like that idea. And I'm guessing the 120 odd of you that have signed up to my channel must sort of enjoy some of it. So yeah, I don't know whether people would prefer it if I had a game plan before I set out and go, right, I'm going to get to this particular road and then I'm going to talk about Donald Trump or Theresa May or any topical news or what have you. And although I do feel like I am an intelligent human being, I am not hugely clued up on politics or current affairs. I don't watch the news. The closest thing I get to the news is Philip DeFranco giving me a rundown on what's going on in America. I massively dislike the news. I don't find it a service, it's an agenda. And I don't subscribe to that. I want to bury my head, I guess, against a lot of the shit that's going on in the world. So motorcycles for me are an escape from the reality, a way to block out all the horrible crappy things going on. And by not watching the news, it doesn't take a lot to block them out. I wonder how this camera is coping with these transitions from light to dark. I'm not. I'm not handling them at all. I'm just about back at normality now. So, my friends, I shall bid you adieu and catch you in the next one.
Keep that bike. Rubber side down. You know, you gotta keep that bike. Rubber side down.